All right, so we're gonna learn how to crochet. First thing we need are some crochet hooks. Rather specific item. I can't think of anything you could substitute for a crochet hook. I'm sure it's out there, but these are fairly inexpensive. You can get a pack of them on Amazon or at Joann Fabric, Hobby Lobby, a yarn store. They're pretty much everywhere. They're in the section that has the knitting needles right next to it. You don't want to make the mistake and get knitting needles instead of a crochet hook. You will know it's a crochet hook because of this hook part on the end of it. So this is the head of the crochet hook. This is the throat. So this can be called the hook. This can be called the throat or the shaft. When picking out crochet hooks, I like to, especially for a beginning project, I like to make sure that this throat part is nice and deep. You don't want it to be filled in partially because then it's harder to crochet. So nice and deep throat. This has a shaft, or this is also called the working area. And this is the thumb rest. It helps you manipulate how you turn the hook. And it also is usually where you will find the size of the hook. So on this one, you can see that this is a 10 millimeter. In the United States, they have letter names and millimeter sizes. I usually look for the millimeter size. It doesn't matter. If you get the letter instead, you're gonna have to go on Google and type in the millimeter size, and you should be able to see it's also called a, I don't know, H hook, D hook, something like that. All right, so most of them will say the millimeter size on it. And I prefer, for starting, this type of crochet hook. It's very smooth. Some crochet hooks are ergonomically designed where they have this area built up so that your hand moves less and you don't have to grip down as tightly. If you get one of those, pay special attention to the area between here and here, because where the built up thumb rest meets the throat or the shaft of the crochet hook, there are sometimes little bits that can stick out and catch yarn. For a beginner, you don't want to have anything but smooth, so it's much easier to crochet. So for our first project, and you can see I got this package from Amazon. For our first project, I would like to use a 4 millimeter. So that's this one, 4 millimeter, 4.0 mm, 4 millimeter. You could use a slightly larger one, so like a 4.5 for this project, or you could even use a 5 if you prefer. Let's see, do I have a 5 here? I do. This is a 5. These are similar enough in size. Oops, let's get that big 10 millimeter out of here. These are similar enough in size that it won't make a huge difference to the size of the scarf you're making. For demonstration purposes, however, I am going to be working with a 4 millimeter. If you choose crochet, in general, a lot of the stuffed animal projects are going to be using a tiny crochet hook. Let's see, it's a 3.5. This is a 2, which is slightly larger than this. This is a 2. A lot of crochet projects use a 2.5. And in that case, it is nice to get an ergonomically designed one so that you don't have to pinch down so tightly on a small area. It's much nicer for your joints. All right, so go find a 4.0 or a 5.0 millimeter crochet hook, and let's move on to the next part of our crochet project.